Owning a home, it's a dream for so many of us. A place to call your own, to build memories, to put down roots. It's an incredible feeling stepping into your home and knowing this is mine. But let's face it, the journey to homeownership can feel overwhelming. There's paperwork, unfamiliar processes, and let's not forget the financial commitment. But don't worry, you can work through this process with the right loan officer, realtor, and credit specialist. Remember, when applying for a loan, you're asking a lender to trust you with their money. They want to be sure you'll pay it back. That's where your credit history comes in. It's like your financial report card. It shows how you've handled money in the past, borrowing and repaying. Think of it this way. Every time you pay your bills on time, it's a gold star on your report card. Miss a payment? That's a red mark. Your credit score is a number that summarizes this report card. A higher score means you're considered less risky, more likely to repay your debts. Now you might be thinking, this sounds intimidating. Don't worry, it doesn't have to be. Knowledge is power, and once you understand how credit works, you can take control of your financial future. We're going to delve into the specifics of credit scores in the next section. You'll learn what makes up this important number and how to see it for yourself. It's the first step towards building a strong foundation for your home buying dreams. Your credit score is a 3-digit number, typically ranging from 300 to 850. The higher the score, the better. There are 5 key factors in calculating your score: payment history, amounts owed, length of credit history, credit mix, and new credit. Let's review each. First, your payment history. This is 35% of your credit score. Always pay your bills on time. If you experience issues, it's best to reach out to your creditor. Some may change your due date. Then look at your amount owed. This refers to your debt compared to available credit, specifically your credit card balances. Lower credit utilization is better. In other words, use less credit than you have available to you. Length of credit history. This shows your time utilizing credit and having accounts which report on the credit bureaus. Then we have your credit mix. This looks at your experience with different types of credit. For example, a credit card is a revolving type of account, and a personal loan would be considered an installment type of account. And finally, we have new credit. Too many new accounts in a short period can indicate financial distress. Take time to learn about each of these areas and make informed decisions. Sometimes it's best to have a credit counselor who can help you correct bad credit history and educate you for your future credit endeavors. Take a moment and think of your credit score as the keys to unlocking your dream home. A good credit score can be your ticket to lower interest rates, better loan terms, and ultimately, a more affordable mortgage. On the other hand, a low credit score can lead to higher interest rates, making your dream home less attainable. It's like the difference between climbing a smooth, well-maintained path versus a rocky uphill battle. A good credit score paves the way for a smoother, more manageable home buying experience. Now that we've covered the basics of what goes into your credit scores, let's move on to the practical steps you can take to improve and protect your score before you apply for a mortgage. Get ready to grab your financial notebook. Here's more information to help you along the way. What do different scores look like? Now that you understand the building blocks of a credit score, let's talk about what's considered a good score, especially when applying for a mortgage. Generally, a score of 720 or higher is considered excellent, giving you access to the best interest rates and loan terms. Think of it like this. A higher credit score is like having a VIP pass in the world of mortgages. It opens doors to lower monthly payments, saving you potentially thousands of dollars over the life of your loan. A score around 680 and just over 700 is generally considered very good, while scores below 660 might fall into the fair or poor categories. Lenders may have different scales, but they all have a similar range. Don't worry if your score isn't where you want it to be just yet. There are steps you can take to improve it. Remember, even small improvements can make a big difference. Let's get started. Time is your friend. Building credit before you buy. Building a solid credit history takes time. It's not an overnight process. If you're thinking about buying a home in the future, even if it's a few years down the road, start working on your credit now. This is especially important for young adults or those new to credit. Start by opening a credit card and using it responsibly. Charge small amounts and pay the balance in full and on time every month. There's no need to keep a $10 balance on your card each month. This is a common misconception. You also don't want to charge your credit cards to the limit or over limit. This will drop your mortgage scores. Utilizing credit at a minimum, paying the balance each month, and making sure you're not late on payments demonstrates credit worthiness to those who loan money. If you have student loans or car loans, make sure you're making payments on time. Late payments on specific debt types can cause you a delay in your loan process, regardless of your score. Setting up automatic payments can be a great way to avoid late fees and missed payments, which can hurt your score. Here's a trick. Set all of your credit cards to pay the day before the due date for the minimum required amount. You can always change the payment to the full balance or more than minimum, but you will never be late doing this. You may ask yourself, when should I apply for a mortgage? Timing is everything when it comes to applying for a mortgage. Avoid applying for new credit in the months leading up to your mortgage application. This helps eliminate credit report inquiries and the costly decision of a new loan, which may impact your debt-to-income ratio with new loan payments. The ideal time between new accounts and your mortgage is 6 months of pay history. This gives your score time to recover and shows lenders a stable credit history. Remember, patience is a virtue, especially in the home buying process. By planning ahead and being mindful of timing, you can position yourself for the best possible outcome. Creditworthiness is yours. Remember that financial report card we talked about? Well, on-time payments are like getting straight A's. They show lenders you're responsible and can be trusted to repay borrowed money. Think of it this way. Each on-time payment is a brick in the foundation of your creditworthiness. The more bricks you lay, the stronger your foundation becomes. Now, I understand that life happens. Unexpected expenses pop up, and sometimes it can be challenging to juggle all our financial obligations. But trust me, making those payments on time, even if it's just the minimum amount due, is crucial. It's far better to make a small on-time payment than to miss a payment altogether. Set up reminders on your phone, use online bill pay, or even consider automatic payments to ensure you never miss a due date. Remember, consistency is key when it comes to building a solid credit history. Make on-time payments a habit and watch your credit score soar. Credit use and debt. Let's take a moment and revisit credit utilization. This refers to how much of your available credit you're currently using. Think of it like this. You have a credit card with a $300 limit and your balance is reported at $60. Your credit utilization is 20%, which is excellent. Keeping your credit utilization low is like showing lenders you can handle credit responsibly without overspending. A good rule of thumb is to aim for a credit utilization rate below 30%. The lower, the better. So, how do you tame that debt monster and lower your credit utilization? Start by creating a budget and sticking to it. Track your spending, identify areas where you can cut back, and prioritize paying down your existing debt. Truly think about your living expenses. What are you putting before paying your obligations? Consider strategies like the snowball method, where you focus on paying off your smallest debts first to gain momentum, or the avalanche method, where you prioritize debts with the highest interest rates. Remember, every dollar you pay towards your debt brings you one step closer to your dream home. Credit history. Your credit report is like a detailed financial history compiled by credit bureaus. It contains information about your credit accounts, payment history, and any outstanding debts. It's essential to review your credit report regularly to ensure accuracy and identify any potential errors that could be dragging down your score. You're entitled to a free credit report from each of the 3 major credit bureaus, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, every 12 months. Request your reports from annualcreditreport.com, the only authorized website for free credit reports. Carefully review each report for any inaccuracies, such as incorrect personal information or accounts you don't recognize, and errors in payment history. If you spot any errors, dispute them immediately with the respective credit bureau. This does not mean dispute everything on your credit report, especially if the debt is valid. Find help if you're unsure of what to do. At the end of this, the phone number and website for Midscore Credit Counseling will be available for you to jot down. Reach out for hands-on experience and valuable guidance in credit improvement. Don't be afraid to reach out for help. It's a first step in the right direction. Speaking of getting help, let's discuss credit repair. The good, the bad, the wrong. Credit repair. Not all services are bad, but many are concerning. There are companies promising quick fixes and overnight miracles. Be aware. While legitimate credit repair companies exist, they can't erase accurate negative information from your credit report. If something is removed, it's likely it aged out. It truly wasn't valid. It's in between moving from one collection agency to another, or it was purchased by a debt buyer. And yes, it's legal. Credit repair is a process that takes time and effort. Find the right professional who is willing to be honest with you, give hands-on instruction, and provides credit education as well. If a debt is truly not valid, disputing is fine. You don't have to pay someone to dispute a debt. However, if you have several issues, seeking help is probably a good idea. A qualified counselor can also negotiate with creditors to settle outstanding debts and develop strategies for building positive credit habits. However, they can't do the work for you. You must be actively involved in the process. Before signing any contracts, thoroughly research credit repair companies. Ask people you trust. Credit repair companies should be registered with the Attorney General. Find feedback or reviews from other consumers or even your realtor or loan officer. Remember, there's no magic wand for credit repair. It requires patience, persistence, and a commitment to responsible financial behavior. If you have issues to resolve, get a plan and move forward. You got this. Mortgage scores and mortgage approvals. Getting approved for a mortgage isn't just about finding a house you love and submitting an offer. It's about convincing a lender that you're a safe bet. They want to be confident that you'll make your mortgage payments on time every time for potentially decades. This is where your credit score takes center stage. It's the lender's crystal ball, providing a glimpse into your financial past and predicting your future behavior. A high credit score whispers, this borrower is responsible, trustworthy, and likely to repay their debts. It's like having a glowing letter of recommendation from your financial past. But a low credit score? Well, it sends a different message, one that might make lenders hesitate. It raises red flags, signaling potential risk and uncertainty. In a lender's eyes, a low credit score can make the difference between a resounding yes and a disappointing not approved. Don't ever be discouraged. You've got this. I realize there is a lot of information and misinformation out there about credit scores. From deciphering the mysteries of credit scores to navigating the do's and don'ts of credit management, you're closer today with more knowledge to help you on your homeownership journey. Remember that feeling we talked about at the beginning? The dream of owning a home? It's closer than you think. It's time to put all your newfound knowledge into action. Review your credit report, create a budget, tackle those debts, and watch as your credit score steadily climbs. It won't happen overnight, But with every on-time payment and responsible financial decision, you're laying the foundation for a brighter financial future. Don't get discouraged by setbacks or temporary dips in your score. The key is to stay focused, stay consistent, and never give up on your dream. Remember, you're not alone on this journey. Millions of people have successfully navigated the path to homeownership, and so can you. In closing, as you stand on the cusp of homeownership, remember that this is just one chapter in your lifelong financial journey. The habits you cultivate and the lessons you learn along the way will serve you well for years to come. Just like maintaining a home requires ongoing care and attention, so too does maintaining a healthy financial life. Continue to track your spending, save for the future, and make informed financial decisions that align with your goals. And always remember, knowledge is power. Stay informed about personal finance, seek guidance when needed, and never underestimate the power of making smart financial choices. Congratulations on taking this exciting step towards homeownership. Remember, if you need a helping hand, reach out to Midscore Credit Counseling. Sheila Strange is a dedicated credit professional with more than 25 years of experience. She's waiting to hear from you. Schedule a call to discuss the program, explain your goals, and find out how to get started. Simply visit midscorecreditcounseling.com and book your call today. If you would like to revisit this video, please go to our YouTube page at Creditable Advice. Be sure to subscribe for future valuable information.